Hey, Best of Brains, Kirby here, aka Darkwing Disc, and I am alongside Ollie DePina for episode 15 of the K.O Disc Golf Show. Episode 15, this is the B-Drill episode. Famous players to wear the number 15. Nikola Jokic, Vince Carter, Patrick Mahomes, Carmelo Anthony, Thurman Munson, Jim Edmonds, Carlos Beltran, Joe Torre, and my personal favorite, Dustin Pedroia.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. And my favorite might be Lauren Jackson for the Seattle Storm. Uh, Seattle legend, retired number at the in climate pledge. Very cool. And
Very,
then also kind of funny, two Denver Nuggets both wearing number 15. Carmelo and then Jokic now has 15. So kind
yeah,
of interesting.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of basketball players that had the number 15 when I was going through the rankings. I was like, wow, I wonder if that's just like a thing there. Dustin Pedroia, PD was always one of my favorite players. He won
Yep.
Rookie of the Year and MVP in back-to-back years, and he was only like 5'8" or 5'9", which was like amazing. My favorite story with him is he was talking to David Ortiz at like one award ceremony, and David Ortiz looks at him and goes, "Hey, like, why'd they call you Dustin?" And he goes, "What do you mean? Like, that's my name?" He goes, "Oh, really?" And he goes, "Dude, I've been hitting ahead of you for like 15 years, and you didn't know my first name was Dustin?" Like, he's just called him PD forever. And I've always loved that. I thought it was
I
so.
love that. I actually heard that one. I love that. I love that.
Thank you to the sponsor for this episode. It's going to be Riverside. Ollie, you want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, so we've been using Riverside to do these podcasts, record and edit them. My buddy Liam, who also plays disc golf, works at Riverside and was able to hook us up with a friend's little upgrade account. So really thankful for him and yeah, excited to see the improvements on like the different features and things like that. But yeah, really big shout out to Riverside and big shout out to Liam for hooking it up and yeah, getting the podcast going with this.
Yeah. Thank you, Riverside. Thank you, Liam. Ollie, how was your week, bud? How's it going?
It's going good. Yeah. Kayak Point Open was long and was really tiring. I kind of had the feeling like on Sunday waking up, like I knew I was going to be pretty tired, but really hot days. Didn't play a ton of golf last week besides that. I don't have too many golf plans this week besides um, the upcoming tournament, which I didn't really realize was this weekend, South Sound Classic, which I thought was pretty funny. I was like, oh, I got to do another 3 day tournament again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, just working and enjoying the weather, and yeah, it's been not too bad of a week.
Nice. Yeah, this has been it's going to be a really quick turnaround. Like we were saying, it's another 3 day tournament come up this weekend. But this past weekend was the Kayak Open, and we're going to recap that a little bit. My first note, which is honestly probably one of the biggest notes that I have on here, is that the blue course wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. We had a couple of rough practice rounds. We had a rough practice round that we were out there looking for stuff for a while. I had a practice round that I went out and was also looking for stuff for a long time and kind of in the crud a lot. Tournament ended up being not too bad. I was expecting, probably like 5.5 hours, and it was only, I think our card played in like 4.5, somewhere in that range, kind of in between there. So, luckily, I played on a card with Tyler ML and with Colin Bryant. So Tyler had his brother caddy for him, and Colin had his dad there. So on every hole, we had an extra two spotters that we would send down. And because I kind of knew the course a little bit, I would tell him like, "Oh, you should go like way, way left, actually, because like that's where a shot's going to ricochet, and you should stay like short right down here because that's where if somebody hits something early, like you're gonna they're coming your way and stuff like that." So all in all, it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was definitely expecting the worst and walked away being like, not too bad of a day, all in all. So I still don't believe the course was fully ready for a tournament like that. Those fairways, some of them were like just a little too rough, all things considered. But as far as like the shot shapes in that, like it wasn't too bad. A couple of holes I think could be modified or touched up or edited a little bit. Like if you move the tee pad like forward right on a couple of holes, I think it makes the line like a lot more fair and reasonable. But all in all, I thought it was okay. Um, I did finish tied for fifth. I wasn't, very happy with my score, just to be totally honest. hole one on Friday, I had like a 25, 30 foot putt that hit the pole just like dead on, and it splashed out of the cage, and like the basket just like couldn't hold on to it, so it just like pushed it right out of the cage, so I took a bogey there. And then the same thing happened to me on Sunday, but only from like 12 feet, where I threw my putt, it hit the pole and it bounced right out, and I was like, I don't know what to fucking do on this hole. It was pretty like frustrating. Like, I literally, on our show notes, it just says Kirbys hole one bullshit, because it just was total bullshit. So really wasn't pumped about that. And I mean, I missed so many putts low yet this weekend. It was so
Mm.
frustrating. Like, I had a ton of birdie opportunities on gold, and I really felt like I could have put together like a really, really special round, and something that would have been really amazing if I had hit just half of my putts. But I just kept hitting the cage low, and I couldn't really dial it up. Just kind of frustrating. On a really cool moment for me was on hole 11 of the gold course. I threw my drive. It's that kind of like hyzer, and then you have like the path in front of the pin there. I threw my approach shot. I threw my P2, and I hit like the top band of the cage and dropped, and I almost had it. I almost ranked it up goal. And like,
Dude.
it was one of those shots
Oh,
where I was like, that's like either hitting metal or it's clean over it. I was like, but that's like on a bullet right to the pin.
that's
So
so sweet.
that was really cool. That felt really good. And then the other kind of like interesting note I have about the tournament is that on round one, I played with the other three highest rated players in the tournament. And I was 15 years older than the next closest person to me on my card. So there was myself, Mikey Barron, who I'm 34, Mikey Behringer, who is 19, uh, Colin Bryant, who is 16, and then Carter Aarons, who think is either 15 or 16. So I kind of was like joking with them, and I was just like, to Mikey, I was like, I could accidentally, in a weird universe, be your dad, and I was like, and you too, I could have like planned you, and I was like, and that's crazy. So
That
really,
is pretty crazy to think
it's
about.
dude, it was so funny when I got home and I told my wife about that. She goes, "Oh, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, so uh,
Oh,
crazy, and it was, yeah, just kind of weird being 15 years older than like the next couple of people closest to me. Ollie, how was your tournament? What was your highlight? What was the thing that was kind of your downfall?
it was good. It kind of took me for surprise. I did never really had a good golds round before this tournament. And I'd say I played both my golds rounds pretty good. I shot +4 both rounds. Both of them looked really differently. And like the +4s, like the first day I had 5 birdies, but 9 total plus strokes. So it kind of like that's definitely gonna be like, okay, try to get the bogeys down and like figure that out, but like want to still score and stuff. So on Friday felt really good and opened that up to me. Like I had the opportunities to go and do something special and like have the opportunities to compete by scoring on golds, which made me feel like huge confidence boost to my game. Like that first day, yeah, I think Carter only had more birdies on golds with 6, and then I think Jack Schroeder also had 5 as well as with me. So it felt really good doing that. Um, that was definitely my highlight for the first day. I remember getting hole 2 on golds, like really great turnover shot, pan just perfectly pushing straight, and then was like pin high right.
Nice.
Um, Day 2 on blues, I definitely feel like I started trying to like bite off a little more than I could chew, and then was missing putts. So like the first hole, I got off the tee and was the only one in circle one and just kind of caged the putt. It was like 25-ish feet, 28 feet. Putt I feel like I really need to be able to make, but still was like, okay, for one missed putt, keep on moving. Hole 2, definitely got caught up, hit a couple early trees, and that can definitely happen trying to go for it. And so like hit that first tree, hit the next one, so taking strokes with that. But then like again in hole 3, I had my drive and I was the only person to be in circle one, which just feels like, yeah, dang, like I really could have scored there, but missing putts really was kind of like I feel like a big downfall early on that blues round. And
Hmm.
then some decision making for sure where like I could have really thought about just like pitching out and then trying to make a really good shot, but my thought process became like if I pitch up to there, I still have like a pretty 50-50. Like it's still going to be a really hard shot to get up and down. So it's like
Yeah.
I kind of want to take this hard shot here. Definitely made some wrong decisions there, but didn't let it get me down. Definitely like the lowest point of my tournament, but like it feels good that like my low points and like my really bad rounds are started like the rating on those bad rounds are getting higher and higher, so that makes me feel a little better about that. Not
Yeah.
trying to make myself feel better necessarily, but it is something to that I do look at and like knowing that I'm an MPO 4 kind of my rating and trying to get that up. And then on Sunday, I just wanted to go back out and have fun, and I started off +4 through 4, and so I was like, and I every single hole at the end I'd go, all right, I swear this is my last stop on the bogey train. Like this is the last stop on the bogey train. People laughing, and then they're like, and we got to hole 5, and they're like, this isn't really where you kind of get off the bogey train, man. Like the next few holes are like really, really hard. I was like, no, no, trust me. I looked at my ticket. This is where I get off. It's so we
I
get up to hole on that third day, yeah, hole 3, and I throw a turnover shot, and I get stopped by the smallest, skinniest tree in the entire like on that entire fairway, and was like, okay, this is my break. Got up, hit the putt, got my 3, and was like, it felt so good just to par on hole 5, and then going into hole 6, I had a really great drive that got me to the field, and then I took my MD5 and almost threw it in. It
oh,
felt like if I got a 2 on like it was parked. If I got a 2 on hole 6, that would have been like by far the highlight of my day.
mhm.
But tap in par on hole 6 was the first time for me ever doing that. I think the closest I've ever been was a 4, and I don't even know if I did that.
Yeah. Six,
Um,
like almost a legit par four.
Oh
So
yeah. And
that's
that's also I think the this tournament was the first time ever not playing the non-modified. So really enjoed
yeah.
that and thought that was fun.
Yeah.
And then another highlight on that was I almost threw it in on hole 9 for eagle, which felt really cool. Like got out of the gap and then big up and like just like spiked like right next to it. Big sand comes up everywhere. And
Cool.
then I also parred hole 8, which felt really good. I hit a big putt, just kind of chopped the hole down, got into the tree line on that first shot, felt really good. Second shot up and down, and then hit the putt. So I think I just got some really great pars. I only had one more bogey at the end of that after the first 4, so I think I did a really good job of just maintaining and keeping my head on straight, getting up and down, doing those different things where I was really happy with it. A +4 on golds for me was pretty, like, I think I looked in my best rated round before that was +15. So
Okay.
very happy with that and showing consistency with that. Wish I could have got blues back because I know if I just, even if I was like just +8, I would have been like in the top 20 versus +13 what I shot. So, um, yeah, I think disking down and just hitting the initial gap would have been a lot better and like just being okay with more pars and not trying to attack. But I'm happy with it. I'm learning and I played with some really great people. I wanted to shout some people out. On my cards. Graham Butcher, he could throw so far. Like it was really a little intimidating. Like he was like the like sounds you could hear the disc come out, and he has like really really top level distance, and so it was cool to see that. Definitely figuring his game out and doing that. Joey Temmie, he was on my card on Sunday as well. He was from Spokane, and I played with him and his buddy Corey on Friday, and really great people. They're telling me how this heat was nothing compared to the 105 they were playing in
Yeah.
Spokane. So made
That's
me feel made me feel like I was complaining. I was like, "Oh, it's so hot." And I was like, "Why am I complaining to these guys? They don't care."
because they live in the desert, bro. Yeah, they don't care.
So those guys were awesome. And then I played with Timothy Tenclay. I see him at all these tournaments. Always say hi. Never actually got a chance to play with him. So really awesome. Really enjoyed him. I got to play with Trevor Lofton, and I played with him in Seattle a little bit before. And then Isaac Storm. I really, really liked Isaac. We got along pretty well, and I feel like it was cool to see his game because I've only seen him on the scorecards and different things like that. So meeting him and playing with him was really, really fun. So that was someone that I was looking forward to playing with. So I got to play with a lot of great people, and it was awesome. I enjoyed the weekend, and I'm looking forward to this upcoming one.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. So we're gonna get into the winners real quick. Going down the leaderboard here, winner of MPO was Carter Aarons. Colin Bryant came in second, and then John Babb and Jack Schroeder tied for third. Like I said, I came in fifth. I tied with Caleb Joyner. Um, going down the list, Shannon Barker won FPO. Ben Phillips won MP40. Ming won MP50, and I'm gonna do a win check on Ming real quick. Okay, 156 career wins.
Yeah.
Whatever, Ming. No, he's amazing. He's so cool. It's so great. I love when he comes in the shop and hangs out for a little bit. It's great. Kurt Bain won MP60. Really quick, I've heard so many random stories about Kurt Bain. My favorite story about him is he walks up to a lie behind a tree one day and he kind of looks to the left, like looks to the right, and kind of like grabs a disc like that, kind of grabs a disc like that, kind of is looking around. He grabs his mini and he throws his mini up and goes, okay, and then throws a shot. And someone looks at him and goes, "Did you flip your mini to decide what arm you were throwing with?" He goes, "Yeah." And it's like, that guy is insane. Like, that guy is. I have like 3 or 4 more Kurt Bain stories. So next time he comes up on like the leaderboard, like I'm just gonna drop a random Kurt Bain story because like the guy's been
That's swaggy. That's so
dude,
cool.
the guy's been doing it forever. He's 934 rated and playing MP60, and his PDG number is 6106. Like the guy's been doing it forever. Winner MA1 was Guthrie Timperano. I hope I pronounced that anywhere near correctly. And shout out to Alec Maccabee, Box
Big
Squad,
shout out.
Box
Big
Squad,
shout out.
get tied for second place. Nice job, Alec.
982 event.
Nice job, Alec. Pump for you, buddy. Winner of FA1 is Daisy James. Winner of MA40 was Sean Barnett. Winner of FA40 was Shayna Schuerman. I think I pronounced that right. Bex came in third. I thought of a great nickname for Bex, by the way. Tyrannosaurus Bex.
Tyrannosaurus
Oh,
Bex.
Bex? Come on. I love it.
I love it. I love it.
Reach out to her and have her like trademark that and coin it for herself. MA50 is Jason Martin. Congratulations. MA60 is Mark Minich, and shout out to my boy Chuck Knudsen for tying for second place.
Yup. Shout out,
My,
Chuck.
like I said, my MA60 goat for sure. MA2 winner was Freddie Higgins, and shout out to Box Squad member Corey Parker for getting solo second place. Good for him. Winner of FA2 was Brianne Wright. Winner of MA3 was Spencer Griss. And winner of MA4 was Aaron Staub. And I want to give a quick shout out to Kyan O'Connor, who played his first sanctioned event this weekend, and I think he had like a 730 average or something like that. So he'll get
Yep.
his ever PDG rating next month, and 730 is not a terrible way to start.
That's super exciting. Yeah, and I think it's like almost 100 higher than what I started at. And 2 years ago, I was talking to him about it too. I was like, 2 years ago, I was doing MA4 at Kayak Point Open, and now I'm doing MPO. So I was like, you could take this however you want and really roll with it. So
For
it was
sure.
pretty cool to see him out there and see him compete. I remember that first day he was a little. I know he's surrounded by so many people that play so much disc golf, so it's probably very easy to be very critical of yourself, and he probably has very high expectations. But I was like, dude, you got to be proud of yourself. Like you're kicking butt, and like you're doing really great things, and like you're putting yourself out there. So really proud of him. Big shout out to him.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of a weird, quirky stat that I found, and I was talking to Tyler Schrock about a little bit. On the Blues on hole, I'm looking at it now, hole 5, Schrock took an 8. He got the Snowman, which is a quad bogey. And he also took a 4 on hole 8 there. So there's 5 bogeys all day, and he still finishes at par on the blue course. So he really tore up like that backside.
I saw that back run, and
Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
yeah, good on him, man. That's definitely a cool way to recovery. I will say, I think the payouts were kind of weak for this event. I don't really know what exactly I had in mind for it, but it just felt like a little weak. And I will say the $12 per day per person, kind of taken out of our entry fee, is just a little rough. So it's kind of my last note on that. Ollie, you have any other notes about kayak?
They did a good job having waters, I feel like.
Yeah,
That
shout
was
out.
like
water.
that
Yeah,
was a really sweet thing, and yeah, probably the most water I've ever drank in a tournament.
yeah. No, that was no, you're good. Thank you for calling that out because I saw water stations like all over the place and they were always full, even for like MPO like later in the day. Like I saw Brian at one point. Shout out to like him and the whole crew out there that was like working. I even like when I saw him out there, I was like, hey man, like I want to tell you that like you did a good job. Like everything was like really smooth. And I told him I was like I was so skeptical of blues and everything was so good. I was like just congratulations to you and your team. And we were chase card of MPO and he was out there filling up the ice bucket or filling up the coolers with water to be like, oh, I want to make sure everybody has it. And it's just like, cool, like appreciate that, man. Thank you. So they did do a really good job. So good on them. Yeah. Um, all right, moving right into our South Sound Classic preview. This is an A-tier event. It's going to be played over 3 different courses over 3 days. We're going to be playing Delphi on Friday. We're going to be playing Shelton Whites on Saturday, and we're going to be playing Evergreen on Sunday. I'm, somewhat looking forward to this. I don't love playing tournaments that are on 3 different courses, to be totally honest.
Hmm.
Uh, but I think it's going to be good. I think Delphi is a really great place to set a good pace. Go out there, get a bunch of birdies, and kind of set a good pace for yourself for the event. It's you can't run into too much trouble out at Delphi, really, especially if you're playing smart and you're just throwing like pretty good to decent shots. You should be able to at least kind of like par slash birdie your way through that for like most MPO players. Um, I think for Delphi, that front nine is about trying not to hurt yourself and trying to pick up a couple of birdies where you can. And then really, I think the strategy for Delphi is to attack on that back nine, specifically like hole 12, through the rest of the course kind of thing. Hole 11 is definitely the hardest hole in that course. So just walking over with par there is good. But really, when you get to that back nine, you want to kind of just start attacking.
Hmm.
Um, Shelton, the whites for Timberclaw, or it's the Timberclaw, the whites. Um, I think it's going to be the round that makes or breaks a lot of players because you can go out into whites and you can tear them up and shoot really far under par and put yourself either really high in contention or keep yourself in contention really well. But there's also a lot of opportunity out there to completely hurt yourself and hit some trees, hit some early trees, put yourself really far out of line, and take some crooked numbers that can really knock yourself out of a tournament like that. So that's going to be kind of the plan out there. I think Shelton might be the toughest out of the three to like fully navigate because there are some shots, some of those par fours and par fives, where you want to go super, super aggressive, and it might not be beneficial at times to go super aggressive, and it might be smarter just to kind of play, for a safer shot and a smarter shot. So I'm not super comfortable on whites, to be totally honest, either. Like I've played mostly the blue there, and just like a couple of the white holes, like whatever they do for like Cascade. So my plan tomorrow, Wednesday, is going to be to get out and play like a quick round at Shelton, and then turn around and go over to Evergreen and try to get a lot of practice in at Evergreen because that's the course that I'm probably the least comfortable in.
Okay.
Evergreen's the shortest of the bunch, and it's also the most wooded. So I think it's the course where there's going to be a bunch of really low scores, and you have to be in that bunch of low scores in order to kind of finish in a high spot. Because
Yeah.
if you're taking bogeys, if you're taking pars out there, I think you're going to be losing strokes.
There's a lot of birdieable holes and a lot of those holes, if you don't hit your line, it's not going to be a birdie. So then it's like, yeah, there will be some scoring separate. I think the scoring separation could be huge on Evergreen. Um, with Whites and Timberclaw, I think the main thing is I feel like it just adds a lot more like hyzers to it, like
Okay.
compared to blues. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's kind of similar, like shorter for sure, and then like thinking especially like hole three, the par five, yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
That one's eagleable from the white.
yeah, and it's just turns that tee shot into just a stock hyzer to get you to the tunnel basically. So
Yeah,
and I feel like that's kind of the theme with a lot of these holes. Like you'll see the blue pad here, and then the white pad just like up here.
yeah,
So then instead of you'll have to like really hyzer around to go in
yeah. I know
some of
like
these
hole
holes.
what is it like hole 7, like from the white is like dramatically easier than the blue because the blue you have to hit this kind of like tunnel that's like slightly
Yep.
uphill and white, you like start out in the middle of the field. So there's going to be a few holes like that that's going to play like hole 7 on blues. Parring that is fine,
Yeah.
totally fine. But your hole 7 on whites, like you have to birdie that. Like it's only 350 feet away at that 345, whatever it is. Like you got to get that one kind of thing. So
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this event. On Sunday I switched to MPO from MA1, so I'm excited for that. Um, Doing that again. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to switch because all the registrations was closed and everything. But I
yeah,
sent him the email and paid the extra 10 or whatever, so
nice.
excited for that.
Yeah, dude, that's not even like your first like pro A tier. So crazy.
Nope.
You're like Ben here.
I was like, oh, first 8. I was like, nope, 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 nope.
Already done it. So you haven't even played like a pro C tier yet.
No.
That's so crazy. Oh my god. All right. That's not.
Yeah, all the ECD events we're going back and doing MA1.
Yo, that's so funny, dude. Oh my god. Um, damn, bro. Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to this weekend. There are some big names that have decided to sign up
Huge.
here. So we got Cole Redolin, Chandler Fry, Dallas Garber's coming up from Oregon.
I did not.
The usual heavy hitters from the area like Colin Bryant, myself, Cameron Messerschmidt, Jeremy Marsh, Dion Arlen. You don't see him too often, but excited to see him play. Matthew Bloom Edwards. He's been kind of like around. He's from Silverdale. Nicholas Culver. He's a Disney teammate of mine. He'll be there, and I know he's kind of like floating around in his van a little bit, kind of doing a lot of like Northeast kind of just events. And I know the guys up at BC have kind of adopted him as one of their things. We have Jesse Bickley, who Jesse Bickley is like one of the more interesting like Washington guys and stories because a few years ago, and I want to say maybe like 7-8 years ago, he was like 1,000 rated plus or something like that. Like he was an Innova's like next like kid, and he kind of like lost it a little bit, and now he's back. Like he's back to 995. He's back to shooting really good golf. He's back to being like really competitive again, and it's really cool because he's such a nice guy, and I've always had a really positive experience like playing with him and that kind of thing. So he's the guy who's really easy to root for.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so yeah, looking forward to it. In FPO, we have Allison Mabbutt, who is one of the highest rated players in Washington State. She's amazing. Looking forward to seeing her play this weekend. Gabrielle Lee, who's an MVP sponsored player right out of Victoria, and Christy Lee, who is another Victoria based BC player. So that'll be cool. Vanessa Stephanie is going to be there. Watch out for her as always.
And shout out Corey Gerber Dolan.
Yeah, that's right. She'll be there too. So yeah, it should be a good event though. Looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. All right, moving into our next topic. This is gonna be kind of a quick one, but I have a small argument to make that we are currently in the golden age of Washington disc golf. So this is just based off of a bunch of random conversations I had over at Kayak this weekend, kind of talking about Kayak as the property and kind of everything else that's going on. And I've kind of put it all together that I think what we are doing right now in Washington State in disc golf is currently like maybe the best it's ever been. And I don't know how long that it's going to stay this good for, I guess is kind of my thing. And my whole point to all of this is that we should enjoy the current state of everything in disc golf in Washington because right now it's booming and it's awesome. So if you look at the reality of it, we have a ton of disc golf stores. There's stores. There's Easy3 Disc Golf. There's Kayak. There's Emerald City Discs. There's Chain Bangers, Mandos, Flexline, Par 3, Pack X. Or not Par 3.
Bar from Par.
Bar from Par. Who are the guys out in Bremerton?
I got a text from them.
You know who I'm saying though, right?
Yeah.
As crap, I'm so sorry for forgetting your name too. But my point is that we have all of these stores currently in the area, currently like operating and kind of doing their thing and having their own teams. Dip, right? There's another one, so like we have all of these stores that are all kind of right now operating and having their own teams and sponsoring their own players. That's awesome. I love that. Right now, we currently have a lot of courses and we're installing more courses, places like Kayak, right? Places like I
360 disc golf.
360. Thank you. That was exactly it. But courses are popping up. That's awesome. And also, I think the thing that really makes this the golden age of disc golf in the area is look at the talent that we currently have in the game. You have young guys like Axel Olsen, Carter Aarons, Colin Bryant, these kids, Mikey Behringer's right in there with them, right? You have all of these kids who are just getting a little older, right? And they're still young in their prime. We have guys who are a little older but still not out of it, like Kenny Clark, like Kyle Crabtree, John Anderson, Ming Vang, right? We have all of these guys still in the area, right? Like that's awesome. And at the same time, we don't know how long that's gonna last. Like myself, like I'm getting older, like Kenny and Kyle, like I know those guys have already kind of moved into the MP40 area. Carter, Colin, Axel, like they're gonna start going to college soon, and they might not be around forever kind of thing. So like we don't know exactly what even like little Mateo, there's another one who's young, which we don't know what he's gonna do in the next few years either because he is so young kind of thing. So you look at I think just the landscape of things and you look at like what we have, and I think that we're just currently in the golden age of disc golf for Washington State. And I think we should all kind of take a step back and kind of appreciate what's happening in the area and I don't know, just kind of enjoy it, like while it's
Yeah.
that kind of deal.
100%. I feel like, yeah, and I've gotten to see a little bit of that more doing MPO, and I encourage anyone that's at these tournaments to stay and watch those last MPO cards that are coming in, or, just be a fan of the sport because watching like those cards coming in on 17, 18, and just seeing like the different players and stuff like that, we're really, yeah, I totally agree. We're in a huge golden age, and it's so fun to watch these talented players throw, and you can really take so much from almost all these players.
Yeah, and that's just like the top. We like right there that we mentioned. That's just like the top like level of what we're talking about. Like we had. I mean, we didn't even mention the guys who are even above us, like Chandler Fry and like a Cole Redolin, who are in the area still, right? But then you go like the level below, and I don't mean this in like an insulting way, but like you go to like the next tier still, where we have like a Tyler Strock, a John Babb, who are doing it really well. You have like an Atticus and a Tim Tenkley and an Isaac Strom who are kind of coming up like through it, who those guys are all going to be 1,000 rated plus like in no time kind of thing. So,
Oh yeah.
um, yeah, my point there is I think we're currently in the golden age of Washington disc golf and to sit back and kind of enjoy it and let it all, right?
Yeah, I had a kind of a moment like you did too, where I was like the second oldest person on my card, and I was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?"
Yeah.
It was like me, Isaac, Tim was like 23 or 24, he said, and I was like, okay, first off, I was like, what?
I know,
And
dude, he's like 23 and he's like 6'5". Fuck,
I,
dude.
I was like, okay, well,
So, all right, moving right along, we're gonna get into this week's trivia game. Ollie is going to ask me
we're gonna do some
five
Discmania discs,
Discmania
some
disc
straight up flight numbers we're going with. So,
straight flight numbers. All right, yeah, I mean, hit me. Let's see what we got. I do feel pretty confident in this, though. I feel like something that I am like.
and I'm gonna try to stay and keep them all in production and be nice with that.
Okay. I
But
don't
we're
like
gonna.
stores personally, but owning a store, it is something that I have kind of come to know over the years. So bring it
All
on.
right. Let's see. For the first disc, what are the flight numbers for the PD?
Uh, 10503.
That's close. We give that to you. 10403.
104. Man, I hate the glide.
So it's a lower glide.
All right,
Wait.
I don't think I got that one. I don't know. All right, go ahead. Yeah, Nick. All right, that's fine.
We'll see. We'll look at the VAR after this and decide whether that's going to be good or not for the answers. All right, we're going to hit you with the only out of production one. I'm going to ask you, what are the official flight numbers for a tilt?
9115.
9116. The
Damn.
six fade is kind of the one where I feel like it's like the big number there.
Yeah, man, I'm
Um,
right on the edge there, man.
if you haven't go watched, we dropped the tilt battle on our channel last week on Friday, I believe.
Yeah.
So go give that a watch. Very good, very fun video. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be rematching Kirby at North Park, so we're gonna get
Yeah.
back on that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do the full 18 there. So we might as well make it like a 2 video thing, like a yeah. See if we
I'm
can.
down.
Yeah,
I think it's doable. I think it'll be pretty fun to see those lines with that overstable of a disc.
yeah.
So it'll be
It'll
cool.
be. I'm honestly more excited to watch you throw the lines because I know that you know how to do them. So if I ever get the tee box, I'm kind of screwed. But all right, I'm 0 for 2 so far. So
All right. Ooh, I think this is gonna throw you off. I like these because now I know what to look for to throw you off, or what are the numbers on a FD3?
9304.
That's the numbers for the splice.
Nine
Nine nine
three.
9403 is
Okay.
the it's the I know the glide numbers are where we
Yeah.
want.
Okay. All right.
So that's we got the PD,
0
we
for 3.
had the tilt, and now we have the FD3. We're gonna go with what are the numbers on a newly released disc from Discmania? I don't think you bag it, so it might be this is a good one too. That's kind of nice too. I know your bag, so I can see. What are the numbers on the P3X?
Oh shit. 2303.
3203. Because
Is
it's
that what?
supposed to. You
What?
said 2303.
Wait. What are they then?
Three
Oh shit. All right.
3203. So it's
Okay.
the speed and glide mix. But
Yeah.
like at that point with the flight numbers, isn't that just the same thing?
It's kind of it, honestly. Like
Like when you put the speed and glide, just add them up, and then you have like whatever fade with it. Because like, okay, what's the difference between calling it a 3-2 or a 2-3?
that's yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's cool.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know. I'm gonna be cold hearted. We're not giving it.
bro. I'm in the ballpark on all of these though. It sucks. Yeah.
You're getting contact. You're staying at the bat. You're staying at.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I'm doing. I'm following them off. You know.
All right.
Was that 0 for 3, 0 for 4?
0 for 4, we'll call it, just so I can have some fun.
Oh,
So then next week I can just get one and call it good.
yeah. Oh
What
man.
are the numbers on a spore, Kirby?
1701.
Woo! We gave you. I thought I might have been able to trick you with that
Yeah, you
one,
gave me a ball on that one.
but I don't know. I feel like you'd throw it, but you maybe would have been like, I don't know what the numbers are. I just know it's a one speed or something like that.
Yeah,
You know,
like a lot of the spore that I throw to doesn't have the flight numbers on it because it's the cloud.
the exact. That's also what I was thinking too. So we're thinking.
I know that one has a 7 glide because like it's very very unique, and I always thought to myself like the spore and like the hydrogen, like I can throw those like just as far as each other kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
that's
uh,
cool.
cool, that was fun. 1 for 5. I'm kind of
One
pissed.
for five. And then yeah, no, I think it'll be good. Now I'm gonna this whole next week I'm just gonna be looking at flight numbers for AGL. So
Oh,
if I ever
I'm not doing flight number
no,
because I know that's what you're prepping for. I don't know what I'll do yet, but I'm gonna come up with something kind of fun. It'll be
we'll be
cool.
ready. I also gave this to Kirby day of, so he wasn't looking up or he
I
didn't know
wasn't.
nothing like that. Yeah.
No, no. Yeah, yeah, no, all good. All right, so moving into the last segment of the show, we're gonna do the draft for this week. This week, the draft is gonna be something a little different and a little fun. We're gonna be drafting 2024 Olympic sports that we want to win. And there is a little caveat to that where if you do pick a sport, like we made it to like no team sports, so you can't pick like soccer, you can't pick like 5-on-5 volleyball. But if you want to pick team sports, and the example that I made was if you want to do team sport, you can pick like tennis doubles, but you have to pick a fictional character. So my example was tennis doubles, and you would pick like Mario or Sonic to be like your doubles partner for tennis. So
Is 3-on-3 basketball in play?
yeah, 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 that counts. So
Okay.
I didn't do a poll last week because we had Vanessa on, and then I got distracted for the rest of the week. So, Ollie, you want the first pick or you want the second too?
We'll take the first pick, I think.
Sure. Go ahead.
And I don't think it's that fun, but I think it's the most that I'd want to win because it's like what I dreamed of as a kid. But and it's a solo sport, so I don't get any cool. I will have some cool fictional characters that'll slap. It'll be good. But I think if I was to win one event, it would be some kind of swim sprint or like some kind of like swimming event where probably like the 100 free or something would be a cool one or something to win. 200 free.
So,
Um, freestyle for swimming would probably be the event I want to win the most.
so
Grew up swimming.
I'm just gonna knock that into swimming. Is
Yeah.
that what the I sent you like a link to the
Yeah. With all all the lists, yeah, it'd be
yeah.
swimming.
Well, they'll just be under the generic umbrella of swimming.
Not marathon swimming, but swimming.
Yeah.
I
Um,
think that would be the coolest thing. I think it's the all my favorite Olympians are swimmers, really. It's what I really like to watch. It's what I grew up watching. And yeah,
cool.
swimming.
Love it. All right. So for my pick, my number one overall pick, when you said 3-on-3 basketball, my heart dropped because that's what I wanted to pick first. So I was like, shit. So I picked 3-on-3 basketball, and my two.
I should have been looking at your face when I said it.
I was like, shit. All right, so the two fictional characters that I'm going to pick to be my teammates are going to be their names are Bubkiss and Bang, and they are the purple and the green Monstars from Space Jam.
Oh, that's cheating. That's cheating. I'm getting Jordan. I'm getting Jordan. I'm getting Jordan.
So that's my team is me and a couple of Monstars.
I
So
love that.
yeah,
I
pretty.
love that.
Um, and then my number two one, and I think, or I guess the number three pick, and my second pick is going to be a solo sport, and this is going to be archery. I love shooting a bow and arrow. I think that would just be like a badass thing to be like, yeah, I'm an Olympian like archer. Kind of sick, dude.
I'm a shooter.
Yeah, that's right. Damn, shooter's gonna shoot.
That's a good one. That's a really, really, really good one.
All right, what you got for the number four, and then the number five pick?
We are gonna go for number 4. I would like to win. Probably do some sprint. Probably some. We'll do track. Track would be up there. I'm just gonna knock out my two favorite sports there. Let me get a gold medal in track and a gold medal in swimming. I think I'd be so happy. Johan Blake, Usain
Okay,
Bolt, those guys there. And then now we gotta get a team sport in here.
hang on a second. Hang on a second. So, when it comes to track, I'm looking at the thing here. Would that be like athletics? Would that be
It would go under.
marathon? No, that's marathon swimming, rhythm gymnastics. Hmm. Um, I don't think running's on here, dude.
Was
Let me check athletics. Maybe it's there. Oh, it's probably under athletics. Yeah, it's definitely under athletics.
okay.
All right, so you're just gonna get athletics as your track. So I think
That's kind of a wild gold medal to win.
yeah, I think the thing it would be kind of fun when as these guys are going on. I think it would be fun to like for us to go and check, be like, hey, how did the U.S. do
Doing that, yeah.
in our guys, and like whoever gets like the most medals will win something. I think it'd be kind of fun.
If I had to pick a relay, we're going like Sonic, the Flash, and give me like another sprinter, and we're easy winning.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense for
Let me
sure.
get Bolt, let me get Sonic, and let me get the Flash and me, and I'll anchor. So at least give me a nice lead, and then I'll be super slow going down.
Yeah, yeah.
But we had a huge lead, so we're good.
When you say Bolt, you mean like that little dog?
I mean, Usain,
Oh, well, he's a
no,
real character. You can't pick him.
greatest of all time. Go, go.
All right, so for the number six and the number seven pick, uh,
Oh,
what's up?
did I only pick one?
You picked. Oh yeah, you did. Nope, you're right. You picked athletic. Yeah. Sorry, I wrote down track and then I wrote down athletics. All right, so what is your number five pick?
My number 5 pick is going to be beach volleyball. So
Okay.
my partner is going to be there's a few options I have that
I
I'm
have
like
this, so
beach volleyball, and we're gonna go so many options. Because now my brain, now that I said Usain Bolt and you're like had me thinking about the Bolt dog, now I'm thinking about real people and not real people, and my
Yeah,
brain's all scattered now.
yeah. I mean, the point's to make it like a fictional character, so
Now I'm blanking on just like tall.
just like tall characters.
My brain wanted to go Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. There's like the tall Wilt. He's like a tall imaginary friend. It's
What's
like
his
instant. His name's Wilt, I believe. I'm gonna get
like?
the exact. I think it's supposed to be Wilt Chamberlain. They're like Kareem's like imaginary friend in the show.
That's really funny. Oh wait, really? Like he's actually like a basketball? Oh yeah, Will. Okay, cool. Um,
Yeah, I'll be taking Wilt from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. If you know that, you know,
I like
and
it.
that's just game.
Here's the thing with that is I don't know how agile that guy's going to be on the volleyball.
Oh, we got him at the net.
Okay, that's fair. That means you have to cover the rest of the thing. My idea for beach volleyball was good form. Was Captain America.
Oh, that's good. That's
You know
good.
what I mean? Like he can do it all, and like I probably just like hang out on the side and like let him like vibe and do his thing.
For some reason, I kept wanting to say Shrek. I don't know. It's not even a good pick, but
Don't-
Shrek kept coming in my brain, and it's
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it out loud. But Wilt was the other one that came in my brain, so we that's the one we said.
not for nothing though. Shrek in a bikini's kind of doing it for me.
I think that's the gold medal I'm winning. But
I don't know. Just all right. So for the number 6 pick,
I'm
I
definitely throwing Shrek on the thumbnail now.
yeah. For the number 6 pick, I'm gonna pick golf. Be pretty sick to be like an Olympic, Olympic
That
golfer.
was on my list.
I feel like there's so much money that comes with that too, dude. That'd be so freaking cool. So yeah, there's one. Plus, I mean, disc golf. We're so close. We're basically playing like that's such a similar game, just
Mm-hmm.
mechanics. Golf is so much harder too. Um, and then my last pick is going to be this one's for me, for sure, and I'm going to pick skateboarding. Because
That's
dude, growing up, I love skateboarding. I could ollie like one deck. I could do a pop shove it. I was always pretty good on ramps. I love skateboarding, so yeah, skateboarding would be my last Olympic medal that I would want.
I think there's some big ones that come to mind. Like as a player, like I really like water polo, but I wouldn't necessarily. That's not gonna be my last pick or anything like that.
How
I
many
think
need for water polo too? That might be over our limit.
there's a lot of people for water polo, or it'd be a lot of people. Yeah,
That was my same thing with like soccer. Like if like soccer was in here, like football, like that would have been like the biggest one to win because you'd be like an icon, but at the same time, like you gotta have like 6 other people on your team, right?
I think I'm gonna go with boxing. It'd be bring
On
home boxing gold would be cool.
you totally.
And I think you get the glory, you get the coolness,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Others,
old sport. The other one I was thinking was weightlifting would be kind of cool. You know, you just get like that picture of you just like,
yeah,
oh.
bro. It'd be so odd. So okay, the way I imagine this is you show up as is and you win the gold medal. So you like you're scrawny little like
Oh,
all this way, just like
we're taking back my. We that, there's this guy who's just been training, eating all of his life. He's like 200 something pounds, and I just come up and
you come up
painlessly just oh.
in your box squad polo and like, hey guys.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That's awesome. A couple of honorable mentions that I had on mine. I had BMX freestyle, badminton, wrestling. That was also on mine. I thought those would be pretty good. As I go through here, basketball. I mean, basketball will be so sick only because you get to play with like
Team USA.
LeBron James and that. You know what I mean? Like, kind of the best part. Like, can me with all those guys, I think you can tell that I don't belong at this point.
That's
Uh,
what I like about my track team. I'm like, oh, I got the lead. I don't have to. But also, I was thinking about it like this: like, if I'm with all these guys and I'm getting carried, do I just look bad? Am I not
yeah,
people's goats if I'm just getting carried? I was like, I feel like I gotta. If I want to win, I feel like I should pick like the worst person because then it looks like I carried. You know?
yeah. I mean, in my mind, like you're winning this no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Fictional world.
So what if I did win beach volleyball with Shrek? That's kind of impressive.
I'd be kind of fired. I love it. Handball was the other one that I really wanted, but there's like 7 players on the team or something like that. It's just
Uh,
That was fun though. I like that draft. So go over to the community tab of our YouTube channel and vote for who you think had the better list of four Olympic sports that you want to win. And then, yeah, we'll be tuning in during the Olympics and see which one of us, picked the better four. See which, I don't know, we'll figure out some system of medals for the USA. And I don't know, maybe we'll pick like a wild card country or something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know. We'll talk about it later and kind of figure it
figure
out.
something out
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, wrapping up episode 15. Excited for South Sound Classic. Got a little quote from Carmelo Anthony. Every morning, you have two choices: continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them. Aim high, shoot low, and thanks for watching, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.